Any progress is good progress. That's cool. I'm sorry. That's got to be a top 5. You ever feel like when you interview somebody that off the air is better than on the air? You know, Justin Harlan from TikTok. Listen, did you know? Okay. So I interviewed him a few years ago, and like we're so. By the way, we're kind of but anyway, like we're oh shit, not big. But anyway, so like as we're chatting, shooting the shit, like we weren't on the air, and I had to disclose that. But all I could think of was the interview itself was shittier than like what we put on air. You need to see my resume. Here, I'll fix it. Here we go. We'll try this.
And the lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Pushing on,
check,
but then
1,
you went
2.
too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you. Don't
Shane,
oh,
never mind, he just came back. A guest appearance on your own show or another one? Huh? So he's already back to back. He's looking to go 3-peat.
You're stronger now than you ever been.
Oh, I see.
You gotta leave now.
Oh, I see.
It's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you. Don't forget it.
60 seconds now. Clock. Okay. Uh-oh, they can hear me. My mic is hot. Why is my mic hot? Jordan just texted me. Why are our mics? They should be going to audio. Where's the splash screen?
Open's yours, Bubba.
From Lime Rock Park, the Outlaw Sim Series Truck Series is ready to get it on the road course of the season. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lime Rock Park. If you were expecting New York's wine country, you are sorely mistaken, as we have come on down here to Lakeville to get things ready to rock and roll. I'm Dave Ringel alongside the great Shane Lake. We've got the band back together, and we're ready to rock right here on Sim Racing Media, and we'll be with you every step of the way, from the green flag to the checkered flag, right here on Sim Racing Media. And buddy, listen, it's good to be back together as we've got the band together here, and I'm ready to rock and roll here for Week 14.
Oh, that makes two of us, Bubba. If everyone was expecting the super speedway of road course racing, I hate to tell you something, you're sorely mistaken, because we got the Bristol of road course racing here at Lime Rock Park, which means if you see the top of that track, you got to be careful, because you are going to be getting a little bit of flight time here tonight.
Well, and as we look from high above the racetrack, we're going to close things up here. Outdoor ambient air temperature during qualifying right now, 81 degrees, track temperature 117, so that'll loosen things up tonight here for sure, as long as that heat stays in the asphalt. But we can see the technical turns of this track. We can see that these straightaways are not that long, and we can even see right here in the middle of your screen, that downhill dip is going to really mess with people. That's going to bring a lot of that momentum as you're throttling into that, because your natural reaction is to give it hell coming through a straightaway, and all of a sudden you've got to whoa them horses up and bring it back under control to hit that chicane as they get ready to come through those final turns. So, you know, Shane, all things considered, with about 15 seconds left, I think it's time to go racing.
I am here for it, man. I love taking NASCAR vehicles on road courses, especially like this. They did it earlier this year in the actual truck series. I can't wait to see what these virtual drivers got up their sleeves here tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah, speaking of drivers with things up their sleeves, which I guess is better than things, never mind. At
Don't go there.
Martinsville last week, Joshua Ballier made that a back-to-back performance, and tonight already he's been fastest driver. And so he's looking to go three-peat tonight with the checkered flag, as everybody now coming off of qualifying. Now we get ready to grid up here. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Looks like we're going to have just 14 drivers tonight as we're waiting for the grid, and it's not going to be happy.
When are grids ever happy to go road course racing? Let's be real here.
No, I cannot be. Right now, it's trying to finish it, and iRacing.com is trying to get the timing just right. Of course, usually we've got heat races, but nobody's trying to heat race on a road course. And believe me,
no,
I like a good heat race, but I'm going to be a little critical here. I like a heat race with late models, super late models, or ARCA cars on short tracks. you start to do that on road courses, and people are going to be checking you for mental defects.
Yeah, I mean, I could even see heat races with modifieds. Doing things on a road course, no, I'll take the 10-minute open qualifying. Thank you.
Speaking of which, 10-minute open qualifying has finally completed, and iRacing figured out what it wants to do. Driver's going to be crawling into the window nets here with Joshua Ballier in his number 7 Chevrolet Silverado. Going to be our pole sitter tonight, and he'll be joined on the front row by Max Service, one of our neighbors from the north. Jeremiah Stutzman in the 88, going to be on the inside of row number 3 with Brandon Combs, his row mate, if you will. Back here starting in 4th, Tyler Markle and Devin Smith hold things together in row number 3, while row 4 features Emerson Arden and Kyle Lingerfeld. How comes I can't say Arden, but I can get Lingerfeld out like it's no problem whatsoever? Matthew Setzer and Dan Park going to hold things together in row number 5 with Merlin Duran and Jonathan Byer rounding out the rest of the field. So 12 drivers scheduled to take the green flag tonight. Landon Lacey and Adam Gardner choosing not to take the start. So the 000 and the 56 going to put it on the hauler early. What's the food of choice here at Lime Rock? I don't even...
It's northeast in between but the two of us. I'd say you'd probably end up going for like crab cakes or some sort of seafood.
Like a good crab cake.
Ain't nothing wrong with crab cake, good lobster. Have some fun.
Yeah, I like to clap them cakes together, you know what I'm saying?
Already?
Go ahead. A little bit of tartar
Wow.
sauce. Oh, tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce is better than cocktail sauce.
That's fairly accurate. Depends on your... Never mind.
Let's not go there this hour.
50 laps the scheduled distance tonight around this piece. Drivers making their way back toward the start-finish line.
Yeah.
And, here's the interesting thing, and I know that we've talked about this before. Road courses, we don't have to deal with yellow flags. This is going to be a straight 50-lapper, unless everybody on the field wrecks and they've somehow got to get things back in order. This is what it's going to be, 50 straight laps at Lime Rock Park.
Yeah, and the fuel mileage is going to be right around 35 to 40, so it's a one-stop race more than likely. But as that iRacing.com Porsche is going to make the hard right-hand turn, the green flag awaits everybody. And Dave, it's all you, Bubba.
You know how we do it right here on Sim Racing Media. As we come back toward the start-finish line, the iRacing.com pace car peels on down pit road, and the only thing that's left to do is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab your popcorn, call a friend, and settle in. Race fans, it's showtime!
And we've already wrecked them.
Wrecked him, hell, damn near killed him.
That was Combs in the 28 going off alongside... who is that went off as
Jeremiah
well? That would be
Stutzman and Brandon Combs.
Stutzman in the 88. Yeah, Stutzman, I think, cooked it in the one and hooked Combs.
We're going to go back here to, there's the 88. That's, here it goes. You
3
can't
wide does
go
not
3
work
wide.
here.
No, you don't want to be the meat in this sandwich.
And that's going to hurt.
The National Football League doesn't kick off until next Friday, but I believe that would be called punted. Guess they're getting themselves
next
ready.
Thursday, but I don't think we want to talk about the
Thursday.
Cowboys and Eagles.
The Cowboys, is that who's on next Thursday?
That's the Thursday opener, yes.
Oh, yeah, you don't say. Yeah, here in South Philadelphia, huh?
Yeah. Banner raising night.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like in front of the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to raise a banner, huh?
Yeah.
You think Jerry Jones has a puke bag, or does he just stand there? Does he have a guy for that?
He's got a guy for that with all the money he's got.
Reach out your heads and allow me to vomit.
I think that's going to be everybody in Dallas this season, as Joshua Ballet is already taking this field to task with a 2-second lead plus.
Yeah, we've got a cute little battle here with Kyle Lingerfeld, Dan Park, and Matthew Setzer. They've decided to carpool here for the time being. Lingerfeld in the 65, just ahead of the 3 of Dan Park. That Chevrolet Silverado holding things ahead of Matthew Setzer. And the thing that I respect about these guys is they're giving each other, with the exception of that opening incident, Dan Park giving plenty of room to Lingerfelt ahead of him as Joshua Ballier lays fast time down. But Park here out of Jamestown, Indiana, looking back to Matthew Setzer. Setzer gets a good run on him on turn entry. He hits his apex properly, but he's giving Lingerfelt plenty of room. And just behind Setzer, Brandon Combs on the recovery drill. Whoa!
And that's not good.
We're going to have to go back and take a look at that. Folks, that's one of the unfortunate things about road course racing. We do a lot of replays in this format. Let's take a look here at Jonathan Byer out of the 13 machine.
Down into the first corner, usually third gear. He gets it in the grass and just loses it.
Well, it's not a matter of just getting it in the grass, but it's right here. He set himself up as if he was driving a Mack truck. He tried to take that turn wide, and it didn't work well.
No, I think he wheel hopped it a little bit going in, got the tires on the grass, and then the thing said, nope, I'm not hooking up. As you got Brandon Combs sliding around a little bit here, but Joshua Ballet is just laying lap after lap after lap right now. He's in the 53, 52 laps, so.
Looking at Lingerfeld here in the 65, we saw this breakout just before Jonathan Byer. Contact between the 3 and the 65, and that's not going to be good for him, as now Lingerfeld shuffles all the way back to 12th.
That was a bit ambitious on Park's path right there. That's usually a corner you don't want to pass in, and he just got really ambitious there.
Yeah, and here's the thing: when you're dealing with somebody, such as Joshua Ballier, I mean, right now, I feel like we're basically just sitting out here waiting for a bus. It's a nice, quiet day here at Lime Rock. Not a whole lot of traffic, And then all of a sudden you look down here at Joshua Ballier, who is just cooking with gas.
Yeah, I mean, he set fast time in qualifying. Again, he's running 53s while everyone else is running mid-54s. This is a Wednesday cruise for him.
But here's the thing, and we see that as we go under the Toyo Tires bridge. By the way, I didn't know that there was a Mazda Con, and that just feels dirty.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they also had iRock here for, I think, last year.
That's fair.
In which, by the way, I got to say this now. They need to scan all the iRock cars for iRacing. They need them.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan. I'm not mad about it. I think we're going to see a lot more now with the iRacing, studios producing the new console game. I think things are going to get really cool really fast.
And not just with that console game, but also with the IndyCar game next year.
Yeah. Do you remember? Hold on. Let me get back to the race first. Joshua Ballier out here. Now, the last couple of weeks, as you guys highlighted, he has been dominant. And as we roll down here underneath the Toyo Tire bridge back toward the start-finish line, he's hitting the exact same marks. We've been riding with him now for the last 2 laps, which, by the way, you didn't even realize because we're, moving that fast. Great. And he's hitting every mark just perfect. This is how you can get yourself around a road course without problems, as Joshua Ballier going to be our race leader. Do you remember the game? I think it was the 28. It was the Texaco Haviland machine. And it was like you could either be a stock car driver or an Indy car driver. It was on PS1, like.
Yes, the Andretti game.
Yeah.
The Andretti game.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about.
That was my very first racing game.
Oh, dude, I started with the NASCAR series by Papria, so I'm a little bit deeper into the field on that one. Yeah, but I know what game you're talking about, and yes, I had that too.
I was thinking about it the other day, and of course, it's not available anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lingerfelt, after 2 laps, has decided he's just going to beat everybody to the beer stand, and I'm going to guess that his after his incident with the 3, I'm just guessing his headphones went for a ride across the room.
Oh, I'm sure about it. We got somebody else in the grass here in front of him. Who was that? Vire, looks like he went off in the dirt. The little agriculture racing here.
Yeah, I didn't even know this race was brought to you by Mahindra.
I thought it was John Deere.
No. Did you know Mahindra is the largest seller of outdoor equipment in the world? Outdoor landscaping equipment, that is.
And their budget still couldn't save Stuart Haas Racing.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We'll be
Merlin
fine.
Durand, moving back here, Merlin Durand had himself a moment, if you will, in the precision number 45 Chevrolet Silverado. We're seeing a couple of guys just kiss the grass a little bit too much. And last but certainly not least, Emerson Arden also did a little dance in the grass, if you will. For the record, here, especially in the Whataburger 57, this is not how you do a pass in the grass.
No, I mean, unless you're doing it in an 87 Monte. Oh, thank you. The boys in the truck are busy considering we've got everything else going on around here tonight. That's why we need a drone cam flying around.
Oh, it's a drone, all right. Joshua Ballier has led every lap of this race. Now, you know, we were talking about this before we went on the air. He led every lap at Martinsville last week, except for one lap of a feature.
Oh, not just that, but one lap of the main.
Yeah.
It was of the main event, and that was under caution. He was never passed during green flag circumstances.
Yeah, to me, I mean, don't get me wrong. You and I both see enough people here on the iRacing.com servers, and at least from my estimation, there are always going to be those guys that just dominate every league. You know, we had Joseph Lester in Sunday Night NASCAR. There was Bentley Glazer in Western States Racing League for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those are just the names that I can pull right out of my can. You know, I think that as we move forward, there's got to be a breaking point. There's got to be, you know, somebody who can challenge Ballier. I mean, you know, in Goat Locker Racing on a Monday night for the ARCA Series, we've got one dude who's been winning, like, he wins 3 races, he takes a week off, he comes back and wins 2 races, he takes a week off. You know, as we just got Season 4 of the ARCA Series started Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
But, yeah, I mean, this is going to be, well, obviously we're presuming 38 laps ahead. This would be the 8th win for him. And 3rd in a row. That's insanity.
Yeah. I'm not a betting man, but he's probably the safe bet for the rest of the way. And you know, a lot of times that also comes into getting in the right groove. You know, you can be average for a couple of weeks, and maybe you don't win every race of the season, but all of a sudden, some of these guys on the iRacing servers just become unstoppable. And it makes me wonder if it's possible in iRacing, is it at least pseudo-possible in the real world?
Oh, yeah. I mean, confidence is key. And, you know, everybody talks about it. You know, broadcasters will talk about it. Drivers will talk about it. The big momentum. And right now, it is sitting on the side of this 7 truck.
That's accurate. That's incredibly accurate as Joshua Ballier boogies around this joint. Here on lap number 13, we want to thank everybody for tuning in on YouTube.com. Of course, we also want to thank our good buddy Jordan for keeping us honest. Ben Henry says, we hear you. Yeah, that was earlier. That was me being a bum. But we appreciate everybody tuning in and making us a part of your evening. We want to thank you for welcoming us into your homes, onto your phones, wherever it may be, and however you may be listening. And I'll tell you what, we gain viewers every week. We always see new faces and new names in the chat. And I usually peek in on all of you guys, you know, because right now I only work one night a week here on SRM. But, you know, I usually peek in throughout the week. And as I was off the last couple of weeks due to real-world commitments, I mean, you're picking up new people. There's always new eyeballs coming to iRacing. And I got to be honest, a few years ago, after COVID let up and people got up from their computers for the first time in a year and a half, I thought things were going to fizzle out with iRacing, and if anything, they've been consistent at those numbers, those names, those, membership has not dropped off dramatically at all.
No, in fact, at some points, it's even picked up a little bit. And that's the thing is, some people may fade away, but more people take their place, and it just keeps growing. And that's the great thing is, because of the growth, you get a chance to see people like Joshua here in the 7 or anybody else that we've mentioned, because who knows, if everything goes right, there might be someone watching this and say, if Josh can do this virtually, maybe he can do it in the real world.
Well, and I've been saying that for years. I mean, there are a lot of people that I've gotten to know over the years who have translated what we do here online into real world opportunities, if you will, myself included. I'm a huge beneficiary of, hey, I've got some tape to work with here. I can show you what I can do. And folks, you can all download the 105.5 WMGH app in your Apple App Store or Google Play Store, wherever you get your applications from. And next Friday night, if you like hanging out with us here, you can hang out with me next Friday night on 105.5 WMGH. It's going to be a blast. High school football.
And honestly, you find me everywhere else here on YouTube with Snowman in the Morning on Snowman Multimedia. It's because a lot of the stuff I do here that's been able to help me transfer over to what I do with Snowman in the Morning. So
why do I feel like Snowman is also the name of a cocaine dealer from Colombia?
Don't give him any ideas.
I'm just saying it could be a mildly decent place to park your money as an investment. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to, encourage bad things. But if it happens, I want 10%. Ben Park saying, unfortunately, I couldn't make it tonight. You guys always put on a great show. We appreciate the kind words, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
One of the things, I think that this is probably the best opportunity for the two of us to work together, because a road course, we don't usually have any crazy, every now and then you do find that league that just has a crazy road course battle, Sunday night NASCAR had one. Speaking of which, we're going to look at Dan Park.
Yeah, the 3.
Ben just popped in here, so let's see what's going on with Dan. But, road course races oftentimes devolve into podcasts with races.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
I've always noticed that every road course that I've ever called over the years, I always feel like we're just doing a podcast right now.
I mean,
covering your friends and family. I mean, look, Ben Park pops in. I think about Dan Park, and it turns out Dan Park just went off track. Now the 5 does the same thing. Jonathan Byer. Oh, and looks like Merlin Duran might have bought it again.
Oh, no.
We're just going to take a look here. Yeah, this was here on lap 13. Let's watch Merlin wave the magic wand. Oh.
And just goes off.
He said, oh, that's what Doc was saying. I have to turn right to go left.
Yeah, the difference is, though, you do that on dirt and it works. You do that on pavement, it doesn't.
Oh, so that's a different discipline is what you're saying.
Yes. If you're turning right to go left, there's a problem.
Oh. Well, right now it's the Joshua Ballier Ballet. Because there is you see what I did there? That's called marketing. 40 years we wandered through the desert, and all you can do is come up with a couple of wisecracks. Our closest battle on the racetrack all of a sudden just became between Tyler Merkel and Devin Smith. Out of nowhere. Here's Devin Smith in the 95, and these guys are really abusing their bodies. We're going to ride along with Devin Smith here in just a moment. But watching the suspension come up over that hill just made my insides hurt. I mean, if in the real
too deep and gives up the position.
Yeah. Oh, 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 oh! What
Maybe
are we
not.
doing? What are you doing? Oh, look at this. We got a side-by-side battle between the 042 and the 95, and they really are doing the ballet behind Ballier. That's not even an attempt. That's just plain and simple what we're watching right here on the Outlaw Sim Series on Sim Racing Media. We've got Craftsman Truck Series action tonight. A little Toyota on Chevrolet action. Do you see what I see, by the way, in timing and scoring as far as manufacturers? There's not one blue oval.
I noticed that.
But you know what's coming next year, right?
The Ram.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see that.
I just want to know look, I've already said whoever is the first driver to take Ram to the Craftsman Truck Series next year, they're my guy. Don't care, or gal. Don't care.
Whoever it is sounds like they're going to be in Colleague, because I guess Colleague's going to be fielding trucks next year.
That makes me happy. I'll have to explain to you off air who I know at Colleague.
Okay.
But I got a guy.
I feel you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're talking about the suspension travel on these trucks. Lime Rock is literally the only track with a jump in it, because you do get a little bit of flight time up off that hill.
I'm not mad at it. I wonder if I can get a good shot. Here we go.
Yeah, just watch the front ends of these trucks. You actually see the daylight underneath them.
Yeah, I can see the truck behind it.
Yeah, that says something.
And then we move over here to that last turn before going back to the start-finish line. And these drivers just, without even thinking about it, are moving through. I mean, and in real life, that's got to be violent.
Oh, it is. And, I'm sitting here. I'm also taking a look at the scoring tower just to see what's going on timing-wise. And you look at this gap that Josh has. Over half a minute. They're doing this place in like 56 seconds a lap. So he's got a half lap lead right now. I mean, in 22 laps, that's wild.
Not only that, I just want to highlight the very fact that in 22 laps, we're going to take a look when we get to the halfway point in about 3 laps. I want to see. We need an over-under of how many trucks are left on. There's that jump. Ballier is insane. He's going to lap the field for sure, says Benjamin Park in the YouTube.com live chat. And that's the question that I want to raise. We need an over-under. We need to establish it right now. Over-under, how many trucks are left on the lead lap at the end?
4.
I'm going to set the over-under at 3.5.
I'll take the over, and I'll say 4.
All right. I think I'm going to take the under.
You think he's going to pull a Bodine from North Wilkesboro in '94?
I had an incident years ago at COTA. I was calling a race for the Way She Goes Racing League. It's a now defunct racing league that was anchored by Kevin Kitzman and Natalie Cunningham. And both great people from out there in the great state of Colorado.
Okay.
But, by the way, Ben Park says under 4. So, obviously, Ben's going to take the under. But anyway, there were exactly 2 cars left at the end of COTA. And only one of them was on the lead lap.
2 cars left running COTA, and one was on the lead lap.
Yeah. And look, and
what
I loved
happened?
They started with 7.
Oh, that explains a lot.
And there were people that were just frustrated. There were people that were DQing themselves out on X's.
Cutting the course, probably.
Oh, God, yeah. They were getting the 25 easily. And there were 2 cars left. It was a Cup Series. And there were 2 cars left, and only one of them was on the lead lap. I was texting our leadership at Sim Racing Media begging to be let off the air. Because I couldn't, they had I want to say it was 94 laps or whatever full length for COTA is.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm sitting there just watching them.
And they were doing the Grand Prix layout at that point.
And I was alone.
Ew. No.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
Mm-hmm. I had people in the YouTube.com live chat asking if there was anybody here because I was just sitting quietly after a while. I had nothing to talk about.
That's why you always need to have a second person in the booth.
It was a whole thing. It was, I have such a shunda.
Such a mashugana.
I'm a shugana. Joshua Ballier, Tyler Markle, Devin Smith, Max Service, and Dan Park, your top 5. And you know what? With the exception of Joshua Ballier, everybody on the field has moved at least a position. Matthew Setzer's up 1. Merkel and Smith are up 3 apiece. Dan Park is our big mover in the plus division, in the plus direction, at +5. And that was after he had an earlier kerfuffle, if you will. So he's technically on a recovery drive.
Kerfluffle. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that would be Ken Squire.
Look, I'm just... Maybe. But,
hey,
you know,
I grew up with that, dude. I know what you mean.
Buddy, I get it. I do. I feel like Ken Squire should have had like a puffy hat or something, because just for being called Squire. And the other thing is, my favorite book of all time has always been Treasure Island, and all I can think of is Squire Trelawney.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the one that had the hat was Dr. Dick up there. I mean, that Paperboy hat was it, dude.
Paperboy. There is a lost NES game that was just fabulous once upon a time.
I know what you're talking about, too. I played it. We are seriously dating ourselves. You know that?
Yeah. That makes me feel very old.
And I'm
Very
turning
old.
39 in a month.
Oh, that's cute.
No, literally, September 27th, I will be 39.
Table 39. See, that's my second Mrs. Doubtfire reference. Hot Jambalaya. We're going to take a look
Nice.
here at Jonathan Byer in the 13. Maybe 13's not a lucky number. Aye! Oh!
Firewall there.
Oh!
That killed the truck.
You know what? Just because we don't have much else to look at.
Let's get on board with that 13 and find out what happened.
Bad news. That's bad. Watch him.
Bad.
So, I'll tell you what happened. This thing loosened up like cream corn. Aye.
Yep. And it just understeered off and pulled a Hamlin. He couldn't get slowed up in time before it hit the tires.
What is the bow lift? Liffy? Li-Fi? What is the bow? I'm going to have to look that up. Is that like Bowflex?
I don't know. If he joins us in the youtube.com chat, maybe he could tell us.
Ben Henry said he felt that hit. My grandmother felt that hit, and she's been dead since 2007. By the way, if I ever owned a funeral home, I reserve the right to answer the phone. Regal's Funeral Home, Burner Berry.
Nice. That's just nice. And to think that we only got about 18 to 20 more minutes of racing at this pace.
Regal's Sperm Bank. You spank it, we bank it. City Morgue, you stab him, we slab him.
Oh, God. You realize John's going to be listening in on this like I'm never putting those two together again.
It's fine. Fire me. Oh, according to Benjamin Park, they sell bowling gear, JBR sponsorship, and they accept all forms of donations. according to Ben Henry.
Interesting.
To be fair, I feel like anybody who listens to us for a few hours should probably get a tax write-off for, helping the less fortunate.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Joshua Ballier still leading this race, and don't look now, we are past the halfway point, just 27 minutes into the race, and there are 5 trucks left on the lead lap. I think your 4 is in danger, sir.
Yeah, I think so, but there's still pit stops to be had.
But you have to figure, let's look at the math and let's look at this right. Joshua Ballier is 47 seconds ahead of Dan Park right now. That really means that being 47 seconds ahead when you're averaging 54 seconds, he just got 2 seconds faster over the last 2 laps. But
yeah,
as if he's 47 seconds ahead, he's actually 13 seconds behind him.
Yeah, and we've already got 2 other trucks on pit road, Markle and Smith. So, yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. This is going to turn into Bodine schooling everybody at North Wilkesboro in '94. As Ballier comes down
Ballier
pit
is going to
road.
come down pit road. Now the question is, does Dan Park try to use this and gain a lap? Does he try to pass him? Let's watch the time here.
Here's the thing.
No, Park's way too far behind. Oh my God.
Yeah, Ballier can make this and come out still with a lead and just drive off.
And Park still has to come down. Let's check the pit strategy for everybody here, for those of you at home. Ballier is now down pit road, but Park, Stutzman, Smith, Arden, Combs. Oh, wait, Combs was just down. Merkel. They all haven't come yet. They have medicines for that. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here to Lime Rock Park. Dave Regal and Shane Lake with you in the Tony Trepasso Memorial Broadcast booth. Want to thank all of you for making us a part of your evening. As the first time tonight we've had a leader that's not Joshua Ballier, and it's Dan Park. Dan Park deciding he wants to get that edge over, I guess he wants to edge over Ballier for just a moment. We're going to watch some of this gap as also Max Service, which sounds like a special engine bay at Mavis Tire and Auto. But Max Service in the 81 has come back to where he started this race running P2.
Yeah, those two still need to come down pit road.
Yeah, but it's almost like, to me at least, Park here with now an 18-second lead over Service. Ballier has a 24-second gap. If Park can lay enough of a gap between himself and Ballier, I think we're going to see an interesting split here.
Well, that's the big thing is there was, a 47-second gap between them when Ballier came down pit road, and now it's a 21-second gap and slowly decreasing. I think it's not going to be that interesting because I think once Park comes back down pit road, it's a game.
Well, as we try to get some of this worked out here, Ballier, this is what's going to be interesting. Oh, I'm just kidding. Apparently I can't do math. Let's watch the battle between Ballier and Park. We can see that here in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And that gap's going to have to start to shrink ever so gently.
It already has been. And the thing about it is it's going to keep shrinking because those fresh tires on the 7 are going to eat up any advantage this 3 truck even thought it had.
Well, at that, the only thing that scares me at least is that Ballier was gaining on Park for, 2 consistent laps. Then they void 1 out. And there it is. This past lap, Ballier was 3.256 seconds faster than Park. And Ballier just laid down another fast lap of the race at 53.09 seconds.
Yeah, that's hauling.
Yeah.
And that's thicker tires.
Yeah. We're going to be able to keep an eye on this for most of the evening.
Yeah, and that 3 truck has got to come in at some point.
getting a report here from Benjamin Park saying Ballier sped into the pits. Also, Jonathan Byer is a college bowling coach.
Oh.
Gonna have to ask
Well,
Ben. Ben, I gotta know what college, and is it men's or women's?
Well, that also explains why the 7 was held for an extra 10 seconds for speeding onto pit road.
That's fair.
But still, the way he's going right now, yeah, forget about it. The 3's getting bypassed by everybody right now.
Yeah, the 3 is falling like a rock. 3.25 seconds. Oh,
he just about took the
God.
5 out.
Yeah, he's going to ruin someone's night, including his own. He needs to come in this time. He is setting himself up to the right side of the 5 of Matthew Setzer.
Yeah, but he's not coming in.
Sir, pit road is off to your right. Hey! Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Maybe he knows
Unless
something
he's
we
trying
don't.
to go. Well, you got to figure everyone knows that this was the 7's race. He might just be trying to get, strategy to where he gets a better finishing position than where he was looking at.
Also entirely possible.
I mean, I've seen the 3 do it before in the other 2 races at Michigan and Martinsville. So, I mean, it's a thought.
Now we're going to show this from the other direction. And we're going to watch that men at a Christian school in Texas, by the way, for the bowling coach.
Oh.
Dallas Baptist University. Huh. All right. Jonathan Byer is actively in the chat. Oh, wait, he's on pit road. Never mind.
That's why.
Fair enough. Dan Park comes down pit road. Dan Parks finally decided that was enough.
Yeah. I mean, you got to realize the 13 did end up firewall deep in the tires up there at the top of the hill. So
it's fine. It's fine.
How much you want to bet this gap between the 7 and the 3 is going to be almost a minute?
Well, I was just trying to do something completely different here, and it didn't work out very well. But now Ballier is going to be able to start gapping service now by 1.28 seconds that last lap.
Yeah, as the 95 was dancing around coming off the corner there. Oh, this. Let's take a look. Yeah, 27 seconds it looks like between the 7 and the 3. So, yeah. I think the only reason it was big, it's not as big as it was because the 7 was in traffic. No. Oh.
Sorry, I'm sharing some random college information. It was unsolicited. Jonathan Byer went early exit tonight, and right now it looks like for the time being, maybe you've got this one. Maybe you've got me this time. We're 13 to go with 8 left on the lead lap. Ballier is going to have to start picking up business again and seeing maybe he can make me right for a change.
I don't think he's going to make you right, but I think he's at least going to park the thing in victory lane when it's over. I mean, unless that truck grenades, I think this is pretty much going to be another walk-away win for him. So, I mean, we saw everything from a battle that he ended up winning at Michigan to an absolute, yeah. Let's see what's going on with Max here in the 81. The boys in the truck picked up something. Looks like he's getting ready to go down into turn 1.
How much you want to bet he misses turn 1?
By about a mile. He just got in too hot and locked it up.
I mean, I guess I'd rather pick up. I guess I'd rather that the guys in the truck pick up a wreck instead of picking up syphilis.
Oh my God.
I'm being helpful.
I get it, but
Are you saying that you would prefer for the guys in the truck to pick up syphilis?
No, I'm not saying I prefer for the guys to get that, but where the hell did that come from?
You know what the worst part? You know what's in my cup right now?
What?
Water.
You mean I'm the one drinking caffeine over here and I'm not that far off the wall?
Yeah, I'm just relaxed, watching a race, hanging out with my boy, watching this. Listen, I'm watching the Outlaw Sim Series at Lime Rock Park, and I got to be honest, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Ben Park said Ballier probably sped on pit road on purpose to make the race closer. You know what? That's not bad.
That would be intriguing.
See, I'm very intrigued.
I mean, that'd be like having Senna speed down pit road after he's got the field by almost a lap and still end up beating everybody.
Ben Henry is my spirit animal. He said, why not drink a beer? Because I'm going to have a bowl of cereal at the end of this, and beer and cereal don't pair well.
I think Homer Simpson would argue that point, actually.
That's fair. I'm not even actually
saying.
hungry. I'm just, first of all, I'm down 65 pounds, and I'm just in the mood for some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, first off, congratulations on the 65, and second off, I can't blame you.
Yeah, I'm just in the mood for it.
I know, right?
Well, we've got 10 laps to go here. Joshua Ballier still our race leader. He's followed by Devin Smith, Brandon Combs, Max Service, Dan Park, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Tyler Markle. Now with 9 laps to go, 7 trucks left on the lead lap. Biggest mover of the night, still Dan Park with the number 3 running in 5th position. When we come back, we will see the finale of this race. You're watching the Outlaw Sim Series right here on Sim Racing Media. And these trucks will be back in just a moment. Don't go away. We'll be side by side.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
No back into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Welcome back to Lime Rock Park. You're watching the Outlaw Sim Series truck race right here on Sim Racing Media. Dave Regal and Shane Lake with you in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Broadcast booth. And I'll tell you what, Shane, we've been watching this now for 46 laps, 5 laps to go. Joshua Ballier has been over-dominant all night long. He's followed by Devin Smith, Brandon Combs, Max Service, Dan Park, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Tyler Markle. The green flag flew 42 minutes ago. There are 5 laps to go. What say you, and how does that make you feel at a time like this?
Well, that just tells me how good these guys are on a road course with these trucks. And again, this is the Bristol of road courses, so it doesn't surprise me that laps are short like this. But at the same token, this is a bigger example of what he did last week at Martinsville by just laying it out back of the woodshed and whooping everybody's tail with it.
Hey, if you're good at something, you never do it for free.
Exactly.
Get this man a sponsor. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, he had the fight that he ended up winning at Michigan with Combs in the 28. He took everybody out back of the woodshed at Martinsville under the lights, and now he's taking them back out back of the woodshed here at Lime Rock. This is a performance. This is going to be win number 8 for him.
Yeah, overall, I think that what we're watching tonight is just Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, easily. He has yet to put a wheel wrong. I've been watching the truck line the entire race, and that truck has not looked upset at all.
No, and you know, I talked about it much earlier in the broadcast. I feel like it was on a different day at this point, but I talked about this much earlier in the broadcast. For somebody like Joshua Ballier to get around this place as consistently as he is, we know from our experience that he's hitting every mark spot on. And Brandon Combs, he's been trying to do the same thing. He's crawled up a position. He qualified P4. He runs P3. But Devin Smith and Dan Park, they're the ones who have been really hungry all night long. And, I mean, Dan Park and Devin Smith both have been hitting their marks, but, you know, it just seems like Ballier found the line, found the groove, and he's not messing around. I mean, Devin Smith, he's one of my fellow statesmen representing the 717 out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. And, you know, it's not often that I can't – usually I would blindly throw my bet toward whoever shows up from Pennsylvania. I mean, you know, I'd vote for Stalin if he was from Pennsylvania, you know?
Yeah, I get that, but, you know, watching these guys, 57 got real loose coming up off the hill.
I'm also assuming that Devin Smith has some type of a link to Maryland. But here we are as Joshua Ballier crossed the start-finish line. We're 2 laps to go. The popsicle sticks are in the air.
Yeah, which means we got about another minute and a half here, and he's just, I guarantee you, Joshua right now in that 7 is just hoping that Markle just gets out of the way, kind of gives him the room, or if he's quick enough, not bother catching him. As we're on board, as we see here with the 57 from H-Town, Emerson Ardon here.
And Joshua Ballier, as he comes out of this final turn, he can see the start-finish line. The popsicle sticks go down. The white flag is in the air. We're racing back to checkers. And Joshua Ballier about to three-peat here on the season. As you had mentioned, you got to watch him win last week and the week before, and now tonight he's ready to seal the deal and do something that the early 90s Cowboys couldn't pull off in three-peat. See, there I go. There I went.
Oh, you must have been watching the Netflix series, weren't you?
Hey, you know, buddy, listen, as a bleeding Cowboys fan, and by bleeding I mean I hurt myself every year watching this team. I got to be honest, that Netflix series just makes the cockles of my heart warm. You can look up the definition of cockles later. But Joshua
I know what
Ballier,
you're talking about.
with a quarter lap to go, he's about to come through the final turn, and that's going to be it. Watch him go right behind Merkel. Joshua Ballier comes down the front straightaway, crosses the start-finish line, and captures the checkered flag here at Lime Rock Park. Devin Smith about to do the same thing as he comes through that final turn. And as he bounces up and over, Devin Smith going to finish in second position, and that sets it up for Brandon Combs, who is just about the closest battle on the racetrack. Dan Park, though, this is something that we're going to have to watch. Now, he came into fifth position, and now he looks to the inside of Max Service. He wants to go side by side down to the start-finish line. Who's it going to be? It's Dan Park over
Park
Max Service. Park got him.
And what hurt for Service was he got loose off that final corner, and did somebody forget the brake pedal?
No. I think he knew where it was. I just don't think he wanted to use it. This is how you get yourself free time.
That was pretty spectacular.
I think he wanted to get out of the racetrack, and he couldn't.
Crab cakes are back in the garage, dude.
Fair enough. Well, Joshua Ballier, he's going to come around. Devin Smith, same deal. So I do expect to see a celebration here from Joshua Ballier on the start-finish line.
Yeah, I think he's about ready to light the tires. He's about to do something. There we go.
Just swing that camera.
Apparently, they don't really burn out well, but
yeah.
The drone's flying around back here, trying to get a good shot for everybody.
The drone operator's high as hell.
Quit letting Snoop Dogg fly the drone. What do I keep telling you?
It's fine. He said it was fine. Let's take a quick
sure
look
that?
here. Well, that's possible. While we wait for these drivers to slide into our waiting room. Oh, there is Joshua Ballier. Let's get a hold of him now. Hey, Josh, it's Dave up at the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Buddy, listen, it was the Joshua Ballier ballet tonight getting around this road course. How do you explain yourself, and what does it feel like to go three-peat this season now?
Feels pretty good. It's annoying that Devin hit the cone there, and I sped. So, because the cone was moved and I didn't actually know. So the right cone was there, but I can't see it on my single monitor. So I saw where he knocked the cone and accidentally sped. So it made it a little more difficult than it was going to be, but
yeah,
nice.
Any way to add color to the picture is always a good thing, especially, on a road course night. I mean, dude, we were watching you and you hit the same marks every time. How much practice did you put in before going green tonight?
I'm not much of a practicer, so I just wing it, so it would be 0.
If that's winging, dude, holy hell.
Not a really practice, right? Unless it's a road to pro race, you're not going to be seeing me practice.
Well, I mean, that's just called natural talent then. Joshua Ballier, congratulations on capturing the checkered flag tonight. Before we cut you loose, who do you need to thank and tip your helmet to?
Just my homies for racing with me, Emerson, Dan, JB, and Max, Marco as well. You guys for being on the broadcast, and Adam for the league.
All right, brother man, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Talladega Super Speedway.
Yee.
That, of course, your race winner, Joshua Ballier. Next up, and Shane, I believe you have him with you now, is Devin Smith.
Hi.
Hey, Devin, it's Shane in the booth. Got a copy?
Yep, got you.
Well, didn't look like too many people had anything for the 7. So how did your race end up going? Because we saw you have struggles early on, but rebounded to finish second. How is things looking in your end?
Honestly, we were pretty good, pretty solid. I don't think I really had too much trouble in the first half. I think that was pretty clean for me. I know I got a little loose a couple times on throttle. Second half, I definitely had a lot more trouble being consistent. Definitely ran wide that one in one a couple times. Almost spun it one time. So honestly, just happy I was able to hang on to second there.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like the trucks, especially coming up the hill, were having some issues, and there's a couple times I noticed you even kind of jumped it a little bit sideways. So heading into Talladega, you have any thoughts super speedway racing next week?
Just hope you don't get caught up in a wreck, really. Stay out of trouble. I don't know. Most likely we're probably going to stay near the front if we can. I think that's going to be the mentality. Stay up front. Hopefully the wrecks happen behind and not in front, but we'll see. It's always a crapshoot at the super speedways.
Yeah, definitely. I've been in a few of those big ones before. They're not pleasant. Before we let you get out of here, who do you got to tip your hat to on that 95 Toyota that helped you get it done tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank the guys I race with on the weekly. They're always a big help. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting as always. Adam for hosting the league that he has done for, I believe, the past, what year is it, 25? So the past 5 years, at least on iRacing, a lot more since that on the consoles. So good to see him still kicking with the league stuff, even though he's been down a little bit with the power and lack of wheel right now because of that storm a couple weeks ago.
Well, we appreciate the run. Celebrate this P2. We'll see you next week from Talladega, bud.
Thank you. We'll try.
That the voice of Devin Smith out of Chambersburg, PA, representing the 717. And last but certainly not least, going to be our third place finisher, Brandon Combs. Hey, Brandon, it's Dave up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Buddy, listen, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. I mean, Joshua Ballier was almost impossible to beat as, even after coming in for pit service, letting some people get by him, he still manages to blow the doors off of everybody. But at the same time, you finished third, you qualified P4. What was your strategy tonight, and how much practice did you have to put in to put this performance together?
Well, it was really just going to be trying to figure out where the 7 was so much faster than me. I mean, whenever he shows up, you're racing for second, so you might as well try to find something to figure out how to get as fast as him. But, yeah, after that lap 1 incident, or that turn 1 incident, strategy then was just try to recover as many spots as I could. And then the second incident that I had, just couldn't go nowhere. The 57 was sideways, and I wasn't sure if he was going to go up the racetrack or down the racetrack, and ended up T-boning him in the door, and that cost me probably about 15-20 seconds there too. But all in all, I feel like even if Malden doesn't have that pit road penalty or whatever it was that he had, he still would have won the race by a good enough margin that it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, sometimes, you know what, I think that your mentality was probably spot on. When Ballier is out there on the racetrack, you know that you're racing for second. Some people, they get a little carried away with themselves, and that's when you get inside your head. And all of us know that, of course, that's a dangerous place for any racer to be. But still a great performance tonight as we get ready to go to Talladega next week. Of course, we get to put the road course behind us and go wide open racing at the largest track. So congrats once again. And before we cut you loose, who do you need to thank and shout out tonight?
Yeah, just going to say thanks to Chip Bankers Racing, B&B Custom Baits, GFP, 0FG, FHP Consultant. You guys for putting the broadcast on, and thanks to Devin and Kyle and Forrest for getting me in over here and hanging out with you boys, and Adam for giving us a place to come racing and have some fun.
All right, brother. Listen, once again, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Well, Shane, another one in the books here in the Outlaw Sim Series Truck League, and I'll tell you what, man, this did not disappoint, especially if you're Joshua Ballier.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, again, we saw the beatdown he threw down at Martinsville last week, leading all but one lap, and he basically did the same thing here tonight. Wow, is all I can say. With, again, Joshua Ballier leading the charge home, Devin Smith finishing second, Brandon Combs third, Dan Park and Max Service rounding out the top 5, Jeremiah Stutzman, Tyler Markle, Emerson Ardon, Matthew Setzer, and Merlin Doran rounding out your top 10. Jonathan Byer and Kyle Lingerfeld rounding out the field. This was definitely a fun one from Lime Rock. So, again, everybody, next week we go from the Bristol of road courses here at Lime Rock to the biggest super speedway out there, the granddaddy, Talladega. And I can guarantee you we're going to be in for a whale of a ride next week. So for my broadcast partner, Dave Regal, I am the dog father, Shane Lake, saying, once again, today, tomorrow, and every day as you go down the road to life, please do not play in traffic. And until we meet again from Talladega Super Speedway next week, please do take care.